For years, Tiger Woods stood as the standard by which greatness was measured. Yet when he stepped into his team's very first TGL match in February 2025, no one expected the moment that followed. A simple distance misread, treating 199 yards as 99, led him to pull a wedge and watch the shot drop far short. The crowd froze, then burst into uneasy laughter, even his teammates unable to hide their disbelief. Tiger later admitted it was one of the more embarrassing moments of his long career. The icon known for laser-sharp accuracy had suddenly reminded everyone that even legends can miscalculate. On its own, the mistake might have blown over like any weekend sports clip destined to trend for a day and disappear. But this wasn't just any athlete. This was Tiger Woods, the symbol of precision, discipline, and unshakable focus. The irony was unmistakable. A man who thrived under pressure stumbling inside a tech-driven simulator setting. The error felt almost metaphorical, less about yardage and more about slipping concentration from someone who built an empire on control. Was it simply a rare lapse, or the first glimpse of something deeper? Fans and analysts quickly began asking the questions Tiger himself didn't. Why keep pushing? Why keep reinventing, tweaking, rebuilding? What exactly is he chasing? Because the moment wasn't really about one swing. It was about direction. And as 2025 unfolds, the bigger question hangs in the air. Is Tiger writing his next great comeback, or stepping toward another misstep? Long before the TGL moment, Tiger's story had already been marked by brilliance shadowed by difficult choices. Few athletes have reached the same heights, and even fewer have a career shaped so dramatically by their own decisions. Veteran golfer Gary Player once suggested that Tiger's constant search for improvement, switching coaches, adjusting mechanics, may have cost him a rhythm that made him untouchable. Perfection had already been achieved, yet he kept reaching for something beyond it. In the pursuit of better, the best version may have quietly slipped away. That tendency toward overcorrection extended beyond technique. In a 2025 conversation with Newsweek, Tiger reflected on his early training, admitting he regrets the heavy running that dominated his fitness routine in his younger years. What he believed would make him stronger ultimately pushed his body past its limit. The same intensity that fueled his rise became the reason his prime years shortened. For decades, his career has followed a familiar cycle. Push, break, rebuild. Each comeback has delivered flashes of magic. The 2019 Masters triumph still etched in memory, but also reminders of the physical toll time refuses to forget. Now, in 2025, the challenges seem less about the swing or the body and more about the internal battle with control and reinvention. Greatness becomes fragile when it becomes the only thing a person allows themselves to be. So when Tiger stepped forward to launch TGL, an ambitious simulator-based league blending sports and digital innovation, the world paid attention. As co-founder and the face of the project, his presence alone granted the league instant credibility. It was positioned as a perfect bridge between golf's traditions and its technological future. But behind all the excitement, one question lingers. Is Tiger Woods leading golf into a new era, or is he trying once more to outrun time? But when TGL finally stepped into the spotlight for its much-hyped launch in early 2025, things didn't unfold the way its creators imagined. The yardage mistake, the technical hiccups, and the awkward pacing made the event feel rough around the edges. Outlets like CBS Sports and the Associated Press acknowledged a bold concept, yet the headlines hinted at a harsh reality. When innovation lacked refinement, it can come across as disorder. For the first time, Tiger wasn't fighting for a trophy. He was fighting for the image he had spent decades building. Fans were split right down the middle. Some viewed his leap into virtual competition as proof he was evolving with the sport. Others dismissed it as a side project fueled by nostalgia and star power. Social media buzzed with both admiration and ridicule. For a man who once commanded universal awe, this was unfamiliar ground. Tiger had become a brand, and suddenly, that brand appeared vulnerable. The irony was hard to miss. The athlete who once shaped the future of golf now seemed to be chasing it. In an effort to modernize the sport, he risked sacrificing the qualities that made him timeless in the first place. As TGL moves forward, one question echoes. Has Tiger crafted a bold new legacy, or built a monument to a legend unwilling to stop reinventing himself? Every legendary athlete reaches a crossroads, a moment when passion collides with reality. For Tiger Woods, that moment seems to be now. After nearly 30 years at the top of professional golf, he's eligible for the PGA Tour Champions, the senior circuit where icons like Phil Mickelson and Ernie Els have extended their careers gracefully. Yet, according to CBS Sports reporting in 2024 and 2025, Tiger has shown reluctance toward joining. The Champions Tour offers shorter rounds, carts, and reduced travel, ideal for someone whose body has endured surgeries and years of strain. But to Tiger, those conveniences feel like giving up. He doesn't just want to participate. He wants to prove he still belongs with the best. On paper, joining the senior tour seems logical. Less physical toll, more longevity, a chance to dominate peers his own age, even a way to preserve his legacy. But Tiger has never operated on logic. He has always followed pride. Those close to him say he still believes he can win on the main PGA Tour, that stepping down will be a quiet admission that his prime has truly passed. That tension has shaped his career, a refusal to yield, even as reality tightens its grip. But what if the same pride that built his empire is now the thing threatening to unravel it? Phil Mickelson adapted. Ernie Els found comfort in a new rhythm. Tiger, meanwhile, stand alone, caught between legacy and identity. With each miscut, every physical setback, the question grows heavier. Is he protecting what he built, or endangering it by resisting change? For more than 20 years, Tiger Woods has been more than a golfer. He has been a phenomenon, a world icon who defined what greatness looked like. But in 2025, that unstoppable aura feels fragile. From the TGL stumble to his unwillingness to transition to the senior circuit, the once impenetrable champion now faces scrutiny about purpose, direction, and ego. What once looked like evolution now risks being seen as erosion. Tiger's story has always been rooted in control of his game, his image, his destiny. But even control has limits. And perhaps the most defining test of his legacy won't be the titles he claimed, but his ability to let the game go on his own terms. Every era of his journey adds a different layer. The young prodigy sculpting perfection, the champion rebuilding himself through pain and reconstruction, the warrior who shocked the world with his 2019 Masters victory. Now a new chapter is being shaped, one less about collecting majors and more about confronting what remains. The irony is striking. For a man whose life revolved around flawless execution, his legacy may ultimately depend on choices far from the golf course. Because when perfection fades, perspective becomes the thing that matters most.